We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation, because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and things changing, right. Honestly, it's I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, Big J TV, bruh. Y'all know what time it is. I appreciate you guys for pulling out, smashing that like button, commenting, subscribing, sharing. And one thing I really want y'all to push is smashing that post notification. A lot of people who are subbed are not getting the content. So if you already subscribed, push that post notification bell so you know when I'm posting the content. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Brittany Renner. It's funny, right? When I started this channel, this was maybe 3-4 years ago. By the way, y'all join the membership. We got exclusive content on the membership. And if y'all want to support me even more, go on the Patreon. Less than $5 for both memberships, man. Tons of content. When I started this YouTube journey, I always was an opinionated person. You know what I mean? I always was an individual who had things to say, and I had no problem putting out my opinion, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. And I'm somebody who was comfortable, expressing themselves in all types of ways, right? And one subject that I really wanted to cover, and I really thought would be an interesting topic to cover, again, was Brittany Renner, because at that time, about 3-4 years ago, she had been going through some baby mama, baby daddy drama with her much younger baby father, PJ Washington. And I have a very iconic video where I was calling him PJ Tucker the whole time. People in the comments were quick to correct me, but essentially I was talking about how PJ Washington, he currently plays for the Mavs, had a really great playoff run last year, went to the finals with Luka and them. How PJ Washington was essentially trapped by an older gold-digging 304. Now, what's a 304? That means it's a hoe. Okay, that's a kind way of saying it. A whore, right? A jump off, a woman of, multiple guys. A floozy. You know what I mean? What's another creative word I can use? A jump off. You know what I mean? That's just what she is and what she was, right? And I think there was maybe a 4 or 5 year age gap between them. And it was really particularly interesting because PJ Washington was, I think, a college student. And right before he went to the league, she got pregnant by him. They had a child, right? And at that point in that video, at least what was going on is that he was supposed to pay some outrageous amount of child support because obviously they broke up and obviously there's a kid involved and so on and so forth, right? Throughout that time, since then, Brittany Renner has, in maybe the past year, maybe less, has rebranded herself as a Muslim. Right? So her whole social media feed, all this is Muslim facing, right? And I'm going to tell you, I was skeptical of this so-called change because this woman is close to her mid-30s, man. And this is something that's true, I personally believe, about adults. People don't change, man. They don't change unless something radical happens in their life. Like a leopard doesn't change its spots. A cheetah doesn't change its spots. A tiger doesn't change its stripes, right? When you're an adult, when I say an adult, I'm saying over the age of 25, you pretty much set there in stone. Are you a lazy person? You're probably going to stay a lazy person. Are you an ambitious person? You're probably going to stay ambitious. Are you a lying, cheating MFer? You're probably going to stay that way. Are you a whore? You're probably going to stay that way. It's just the truth of the matter, right? And religion oftentimes is just a outward appearance that a lot of people take to hide who they really are. And how do you realize what somebody really is or who somebody really is? Give them time. Give them time. Because somebody can't perpetuate a fraud for long. Right? So when you see somebody like Brittany Renner complain about men and be sad and give a sob story about how men are doing her wrong, I laugh because shorty, if men are wanting to leave you consistently over most of your lifespan and they don't want to stay with you, what does that mean about you? If you are attracting toxic, quote unquote, toxic men, what does that say about you? We got to start looking at patterns here, man. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the aura you give off. Maybe it's who you project to be. I say all that to say this, man. She was on some fake spiritual journey. And I'm saying it is fake. You know what I mean? It's kind of a mockery. If you're actually Muslim, you should be insulted by how she's representing your religion and even your culture. It is what it is. I'm not going to tell what Muslims to think what they think. I'm not Muslim. I can't speak for them. But she allegedly was married to Kevin Gates. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. Kevin Gates is already married to Drika Gates, right? And the fact remains is that within the U.S., you cannot marry more than one person legally, right? You can maybe have a religious ceremony. You can have a commitment ceremony, which is not under legal paperwork. In other words, I believe that Kevin Gates and her were married under some kind of Muslim agreement. Right? I don't know the details. Get in the comments. Y'all let me know, my Muslim people in the chat, my Muslim subscribers. Let me know in the chat. And underneath that, covenant of marriage within the Muslim religion, they broke up within 52 days, as she just said there in the clip I showed at the beginning with Bootleg Kev. And guess what? I seen that coming a mile away. Why? She's a toxic woman, man. And I'm telling you something, man. I'm not saying that Kevin Gates is some pious great man. He's a toxic man too. It is what it is. So they actually worked with each other. But guess what? A lot of men with any kind of common sense understand innately that this is a temporary one. I'm not. She's a temporary woman, man. You know when you go to the library and you rent out a book, you got 2 weeks with that book. You can maybe renew it, but then you got to return it to the public library, man. And the thing is, you'll actually gain more wisdom and knowledge in that book than spending 2 weeks with this woman, man. I'm sorry to tell you, man, some women are not made for marriage, and that's okay. Men too. Some men are not made for that. She is not. Maybe she's meant to be a mother. Maybe she's supposed to be actually an example to younger women of what not to be. Some people are like that. And yes, she looks good. Yes, she's beautiful. But guess what? After you done smashed it 12 times, you're like, now you got to listen to her talk. You're like, what am I'm dealing with? I'm sorry, bruh. It's like, just because you look good, just because you might be good in bed, what else do you have to offer me right now, man? And that's what I think happened with Kevin Gates. He finally, I think, got drained enough and got realized why multiple men have left this woman. PJ Washington right now is married and he's about to have another child with another woman. Why? Because that woman is better than Brittany Renner for him. Kevin Gates is returning to his wife. Why? Because Drika is a better woman than Brittany for a relationship. And it doesn't matter what religion Brittany Renner switches to, she cannot change her spot. She's a hoe. She's a whore. 304. It's better that she embraces it rather than play a game within society, man. But hey, we'll find out. I'm telling you right now, give it 6 months. She will no longer be Muslim. She's a lost person. And, hey, it's sad. It's sad. It's a cautionary tale, to say the least, man. Am I right or am I wrong? Y'all get in the comments, man. Y'all get in the comments, man. Am I some misogynistic monster? Get in the comments. Y'all roast me if y'all want. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.